All right, we're going to record this video for Google Ads, and we're going to start with video ads, YouTube. They're very inexpensive to run, so let's look at some of the basics that it takes to do that. And we're assuming that you already have an account, a Google Ads account. So there's different ways to create the new campaign. Hit the plus sign, new campaign, or you can use the blue button and hit that as well. Then you want to choose what your objective is. And awareness and consideration is great. And then you choose the type of campaign. And display ads or video ads are really good to use. But in this case, we're focusing on the video. So you click that, and let's go down and name the campaign. So in this case, I want to do a video promoting my podcast. So I'll change that every week. So I call it the weekly podcast. And in the campaign is where we choose the type of ad. And one of the objects is here, the budget. So we're going to create the budget. In this case, I'm going to do a daily budget, and you can do a start date and an end date for your campaign. But in this case, I know that it is going to be an ongoing campaign. So I'm not going to set an end date for this one because I'm going to be changing out the videos. So in this case, we're doing just YouTube, but we also want it to be able to go on the Google Display Network. So this would be websites and games, apps, those types of things, as opposed to just the YouTube pre-roll. Then also on the campaign, you're going to choose your location. And you can do city names, you can do zip codes, you can put in entire states or counties. In this case, I'm going to do radius because the program that I have is broadcasting from Dallas, Texas through Waco, where I live, and down through Austin. So we're going to do, in this case, a 50-mile radius. You see it doesn't reach up into Dallas and Fort Worth. And so I can change my radius and go larger or smaller. In this case, um, I look at the map and I see Mansfield is up there between Dallas and Fort Worth, south of them. Uh, and 10 miles doesn't quite encompass what I'm looking for. So I'm going to change that out, go back in and put Mansfield, Texas. So I just want to get a little bit more north. And so I can see Garland is on there. So Garland, Texas. And we can be a little bit more specific, a little more targeted by using the smaller radius. But you can see now I've got a good chunk from Dallas, Fort Worth down through Waco. I want to cover Austin as well. And again, in this case, we're really looking at doing a radius between Waco and Austin, and Round Rock is a good place for that. And you can see that it goes up and touches my Waco area. So you really want to target your ads, and you can target them very specifically. So let's say, for example, you wanted to do a specific zip code. So I'll put my zip code in there, and you can see it's very defined and very narrow compared to the radius that I set. All right. So we've got the campaign, then you've got the ad group. And so this is the next thing that we're going to do. And again, I'm going to name it. And in here, we get to define the audience that we want to have for the ad. So who that's going to be delivered to. So typical demographics, gender, age range, and so forth. And so I'm just looking at a little older population. So put that in there. And what it's going to do over on the right side there is it's telling you, based on your budget and the audience that you're choosing, what can you expect for impressions? And what can you look at for your audience? So there's you can put on in such as, in this case, economic development is something I'm interested in. This is something that would be specific for the audience that I'm looking at. So you can choose some of this, and this will help target your ads, help narrow down that audience from everybody that lives from Dallas down through Austin to a little bit more select. uh, you can see then I've got my YouTube video, and this is what the one that I'm going to be promoting. And now we're actually into the ads section. And so in this case, I want to promote this video and I want it to appear as a pre-roll. And I recommend that you do your vertical, horizontal, and square ads. It's pretty easy to do, and you want to do more than just one format. Typically, what I found is that the horizontal is going to get the most views. It's going to be presented the most on Google. So start with that one, and then you can do an ad. Go ahead and make the other videos and add those in later. So then you're going to create some different wording, and you can see that there are character limitations. So in this case, 90 characters. And so if you exceed that, it's going to go red. No problem. You can go ahead and edit this down. And the nice thing is that Google's also going to give you suggestions based on your website and so forth. But I can just say, listen each week to interviews um, for leaders in business and massage that around a little bit until I get to the actual character length. And once I have that, then I'm ready to go. And then you continue on. You've got a long headline. Again, I'm using 38 of the 90 characters. And description, 86 out of 90. So that's not bad. And then I'm going to name my ad, same as we did with the campaign, the ad group, and now the ad. And the cost review, and you put this in. Cost reviews are very low, anywhere from a penny to 5 cents or less is really what you're going to find. And so you put that in, and you can see I'm just going to go and ignore the AI stuff. I'm just going to make it, this is just very simple. Again, this is just an overview of setting up the campaign, the ad group, and an ad so that you're promoting your video. And you'll get quite a few views, and we'll look at some of the metrics at the end here. So here we go. You can see that I'm in my Google Ads overview, and I can filter this based on campaigns. And you can do all campaigns. You can look at display or video campaigns. And you can see I've got 9 of them. The green dot shows that I have 2 that are actually running. So the awareness and consideration is a display campaign, and we'll do that next in this video. And then the campaign that I've got running here is the podcast weekly promo. And then in this case, you want to look at the results so you can then just go ahead and choose the dates that you want. And generally, ads take about 2 weeks to optimize. So you don't want to be changing stuff every day. But I recommend when you set the ad up, go in and look 2 weeks later and then 2 weeks later. Generally, what I do is I look at the middle of the month and the end of the month. And I just put this onto my calendar so I can check. So you can see, looking at this time period from the 8th to the 10th, 252 impressions. That's the number of times the ad was presented. 80 people actually watched it. It's costing me 2 cents per view. Remember, my target was 5 cents, so it's 2 cents. And you can change these items. You can see no one's clicked on it. I'm getting so many views on this video. And so you can see here's the video that I've got. In this little map, again, this is in the overview. It's showing you where geographically it's actually being seen. So later on, you can actually go back and remove areas that you're showing it to if you want to be a little bit more specific. And targeting geographically is really easy to do. Google also gives you recommendations, ways to change. Generally, it's going to tell you spend more money and load customer match lists and so forth. These are all things that you can get into on the advanced side. But for the basics, we're talking about just setting up a basic campaign, doing your targeting for location, demographics, and interests, and then going through and monitoring and looking at your progress. You can see I'm running short ads, 30 seconds. I'm not trying to get people into training videos. I'm just trying to get them an awareness. And we've got a link. And so if they click on the link, then it's going to take them to the website or wherever you want to direct them. And then you can look at previews of your ads as you're doing this. Now, as you go through and you look at this, it's going to tell you whether the different components are performing well, like your headline and so forth. You can change those. And then again, wait about 2 weeks before you go in and change again. And again, do 3 different types of video. Do the horizontal video, which is going to be shown the most. Do a square video and the vertical video. And again, we can go back and we can look at our YouTube channel and we can see when that video was posted. So by just putting $1 a day into it, you can see that I went from 0 to 79 views in a very short period of time. And we can look at the other videos that I have. The horizontal video generally is going to go into your videos, and then the square and the vertical video will show up in your YouTube Shorts tab. And we're looking at YouTube Studio here. Now let's go into search ads. Search ads used to be called Google AdWords, but as they expanded, it it reflected really a bit more of what all's going on with Google itself, with both search, display, and generally speaking, search ads are going to be a little bit more active. So we're going to choose, in this case, website traffic. I want to drive people to my website. And so we choose website traffic. And you're going to look at conversion goals. These are things like if you have signups or enrollments or things like that. You can set that up and track. We're going to keep it simple here. And we're going to do just a search ad. Search ads show up when people put in your keywords and get delivered to them. Display ads over there are the ones that are delivered based on people's intent. So in this case, I'm driving traffic to the independent planner. So I've got my website with the subpage that's in there. And I'm naming the campaign, again, campaign, ad sets, and ads. And what am I looking for in this case? So conversions would be signups and so forth. So let's say you're running an event and you want people to enroll. Then you can set the conversions if you're just looking for clicks or so forth. And again, now we're going to be looking at the targeting. So do I want to set a specific location? So I can go down again to zip codes, and you can actually exclude areas too. And we can choose direct location like state name, county, city, zip code, radius. All depends again on who is it that you're trying to reach with your particular set of ads. In this case, for the independent planner, I only ship into the US. So when people go to my website and they choose to order it, it's for shipment within the US. And so I'm going to have this ad delivered to the entire United States. And again, there are a lot of technical things that you can do, a lot of nuances as you get more familiar with the ads. We're keeping it very simple. So we've got a start date. You can set an end date. So let's say this was a Christmas campaign and you wanted it to end right before Christmas shipping date. So it might be on the 20th of the month or something. And the other thing that you can do is you can set your ads for time to be delivered. So I have a very limited budget. So I'm only putting $1 a day into these ads. So I don't necessarily want it showing and spending my entire budget early in the day. So I'm going to set it later in the day. So in this case, when I set this ad account up, you can see there it says it's Pacific time. Now, the only way to change Pacific time in my Google Ads account is to close this account and open a new one. So I'm not really willing to do that. So in this case, I'm looking at setting the time up 7 a.m. to 2000. That's so subtract 12 from that. So it gives me 8 o'clock at night. So 7 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. And this is in Pacific time, which in Central time, where I'm at here in Texas, then that's 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock. The same thing on Saturday and Sundays. You can see it's 11 o'clock is when it starts, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific time, that'd be 1 p.m. So afternoon on the weekends. And I've got the location that they're going. So they go to my website with the Independent Planner subpage. And now you want to tell what makes this product special. What is the differentiating value? So I'm going to cut and paste right out of my Amazon account because I set up the description in Amazon. Yeah, so I just cut and paste that right in to the differentiating here. And then you can see pulled up retirement planning, financial planning, estate planning. I am doing an independent planner, but this is a notebook calendar style planner. So I'm just going to get rid of those that Google suggested. And then you can see that I'm going to go ahead and add in here digital calendar because my independent planner really is a digital calendar supplement, paper calendar, so forth. And again, they give me retirement planning, financial planning, IRA. This is not the type of planning I'm looking at. So I'm going to get rid of the suggestions. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my own keywords. You can see when I choose the suggestions, it's based on the keywords that I input in there. So I've got paper calendar, journal, and so forth, and then update to 2025 because that's where I'm looking. I'm looking ahead. And so the suggestions are take them with a grain of salt, but often they are helpful. And you can see that when people put this in, I've got a sample of what the ad will look like, planning for your habits and so forth. So now you can put in 15 headlines. And again, they're limited by characters, right? 30 characters for the headlines. Google's going to give you suggestions. But go ahead and put in all of the suggestions. What's going to happen is the algorithm's going to cycle through these and see which ones resonate. And when you come back and look at your ad, it takes 2 weeks for ads to optimize. So uh, put it in, say at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, go back, take a look, and it's going to say, perhaps weekly goal tracker is performing really well. It's going to let you know that's good. Create a balanced life might be doing bad, poorly. That's the one you want to change. Change it. End of the month, go back and look at your ad again and make these little incremental changes. So really, you're only looking at these twice a month. It's going to take you a very short period of time to look at the ad and update it for content. Once you've crafted all of the headlines, and you don't have to use all 30 characters, but you want to be pretty close. Then you go into the descriptions and you get 4 descriptions, and you've got ideas that come from Google. Take a look at them, see if they're worthwhile. It's coming off of the information you supplied. So should be coming off your website. And make any changes and adjustments that you need, but make sure you're doing all 4 descriptions because Google's algorithm again is going to pull each one of these, see which ones are performing well, and that's what's going to be placed. Now you're going to go back and update these when you do your ad review. And then images. When you're doing search ads, it's not just the search. It will go into the display network if you choose that. And I recommend that you do that. So add in images and you can upload images from that you've created. It'll look at your website and pull those in. There's also free images that Google will put in. So you can search for those, and these are royalty free images that you can use. And so if you see I put Paper Planner in, it gives me a number of items that I can choose from. And I'm really focused in on entrepreneurs. So I want to get images of people. And faces tend to, as they say, stop the scroll. So choose some people, and then it's going to let you edit the image a little bit so that it's either square or horizontal, and in some cases, vertical. And it's going to go ahead and scan the website and see if there's any appropriate images. And then you can see it pulled in one image, would appear to be like an overview for a video. And these are not videos that you're doing. And you can see on Square it doesn't work. On Independent Planner, that works. It's really the logo. And then you can choose to upload the images from your computer as well. Once you pull in your images, then again, you can choose which ones work. In this case, the horizontal does not work, but the vertical image works for me. So I'm going to choose that. And you can choose up to 20 videos and 20 images. And each image, whether it's square, horizontal, or vertical, counts as one. So you can go ahead and choose your images. And again, choose as many as you can. Google is going to cycle through those and find out which ones perform and give you a report on it. And then business name. So you need to put in your business name. It needs to match your account. In this case, my company. And then a business logo. So if you have a logo, you want to add that in. So maybe you've uploaded that from your computer. And only verified businesses are eligible to use their logo. So in this case, I'm going to focus in on the independent planner. So I've got the logo for that, which has my goal tracker and the name. You can see I see that, and that is then ready to go. And so now you've got site links. So on your website, you might have the contact us or other subsections on your website. So these show up in the search results. So maybe you're a landscaper and you're doing design or install or maintenance, and you've got a sub page for those. Those can be on there as a callouts, and that allows them to be presented in the search results and save people time from clicking to the home page, looking for that sub page if that's of interest to them. So just a quick review. We've got the ad, we've got the website that it's targeting, we've got the headlines and the descriptions, and then we've got images, and we've got the logos, we've got the business name, business logo, site links. You can edit those, and this really again it depends. The site links depends on your website, and then you can add if you want people to give you a call, and people can actually call right from their phone, and so you can put that in, and so forth. Anyway, there are a lot of different opportunities with the ads, but keep it very simple. Be very targeted in your location and your call to action. In this case, I want for this particular search ad, I'm looking for people who are interested in goals, who are entrepreneurs, who want a supplement to their digital calendar, and are going to go to the website to find the purchase options. And that's really pretty simple as far as search ads go. So now we're going to set up the budget, and Google, of course, is going to set a generous budget. In this case, I'm only spending $1 a day. And you can see over on the right, it's going to change to say what my estimates are that I'm going to spend $1 a day, $7 a week, and what I can expect for conversions and cost per conversion and so forth. Those are wild estimates. They have no basis in reality, but it does help you in your searching and your budgeting, in your setup and in your budgeting and so forth. Then we publish the campaign. Now we can go to the overview and we can take a look and see our search ad that we set up here. So we've got 3 campaigns to display the video and the search. And now we're going to look at a specific date and different items. So impressions, how many times it's viewed, clicks. These are people that are actually going to your website. What your cost per click is, $1 per 9. It's kind of high. If I can get 50 to 70 cents per click, that's really probably more in line. But ads, when you get started, are going to be just more expensive. So you can see I'm just looking at some of the different campaigns here we've got set up, like the display, got the video ad, and we're looking at the timeline so we can track the metrics on this. Something I recommend that you do at least twice a month. Do mid-month, do end of the month, and make adjustments to your ads. It takes about 2 weeks for the changes to optimize. And up there at the top, you can choose which campaign. We did the video campaign earlier, and that's the one we're taking a look at right now. So you can see from the 8th through the 11th, spending $1 a day, so $3. It's costing you less than 1 penny per view, and just a lot of impressions. This is getting in front of a lot of people. Setting up video ads, search ads, display ads are like every other platform. Set up a campaign, set up the ad group, and then set up the ad. Input the images, the videos, the text. Let it run for 2 weeks, and then go back and make your changes. If you spend more money, the bigger the budget you have, the faster those are going to have a chance to optimize. But take a look at the mid-month and the end month, and good luck with Google Ads. Always reach out to me, Scott, at thescottsmith.com, and I'm happy to answer questions for you.